Welcome to my home and welcome to an all too familiar scene in my home when a document or something very important goes missing and I find myself hunting throughout the entire house in every drawer to find where I might have misplaced it. We're halfway through the year, so even if I had hit these spots during my spring clean, I've had 6 months to let all of these fine systems go to pot. If you can relate, then you want to watch this video because I am joining Michelle of My Everyday Wife Life and her challenge to take on decluttering 30 drawers and 30 days. This video is a collab with her. I'm going to have her decluttering playlist in my description box below as well as a link to her channel. I absolutely love Michelle and her channel. For this week, I'm starting my first day in my closet beside my bed, and there's a lot going on in there. I keep all my wires and things that I might need for YouTube. I keep my iPad and any electronics. I keep anything I might need in the night, like medications. I have some cards that people have given me in there. I have all my planner stickers and materials and a few extra things. So I'm taking everything out of the drawer and setting it on my bed where I can get a good look at everything. I'm having 3 piles. There's a pile of things that are going to go right back in the drawer neatly. There's a pile of things that need to be put somewhere else. And then there'll be a pile of things that I'm either throwing away or giving away. I also found a box of refills to my gel pens. That's what I'm opening here. I didn't even know I had refills, so I was super happy to find those. I actually already threw out a pen that had run out of ink, so I won't be throwing out any more pens because I know now that I have refills. Part of my problem in this drawer, and I don't know if it's really a problem, it's just a reason why I have to keep going through it, is that I change my mind on what I want to keep in that drawer. So I did have some books for a while that I was working through, and I'm going to be putting those on a bookshelf. So not everything was necessarily a bad thing. I decided to put them in there for a reason, but that reason is over and I'm in a different season, and so I need to readjust what I keep in that drawer. I love Michelle's idea to declutter 1 drawer a day. It's so much more doable than trying to take on a really large job. You know, if you think of any big job, especially decluttering, it's very easy. I used to be the type that would empty an entire closet on the floor. And then my husband would come home from work at night and there I'd be in the midst of a huge mess that I was really too tired to clean up. So a drawer is a great way to just peck away at areas in your home that add up to a big impact. You'll see as I'm going through my drawer that I'm trying to get everything wiped out. This tin container that I just put my antacid and ibuprofen in, that is actually something I bought at the Dollar Tree, and I used those as Easter baskets one year for the kids, and then after Easter was over, it was really easy to convert that into nice little storage that fits in small places. And then these other 2 white containers I believe I got at the Dollar General. The little tin will be closest to me when I'm sleeping, and then beside that will be the white container that has all of my YouTube stuff, and I have my YouTube stuff in my bedroom because that's where my desk is, so that's where I do all of my editing. And then the second white box will be for all of my planner materials, which I am going to keep in that drawer. So any little things that I might need in the night, that goes in the little tin, and then my storage items go in the white boxes, and everything else is leaving. All that stuff above the white box that you see is the stuff that's going to be kept somewhere else, or the little brown box that was empty is the stuff that's going in the trash. Before I tackle the box that my planner materials are in, I'm just going to put away all of the things that I've discovered so far so that I don't have a big mess at the end. All I'm really doing in this box is going through each of my sticker books and making sure it's something that I think I'm going to use again. Sometimes I receive stickers as gifts, sometimes I get some that are on clearance. I might think that I'm going to use a certain sticker book, but then the colors or the style of it just doesn't tend to work out for my particular planner, and so it's best if I can pile those up and donate them to Goodwill where someone else can use them. I found some binder rings from my old Happy Planner, and now I'm using the Recollections Planner, so I'll just get rid of those and someone else can use those to build their planner. I also found a video game, that's what's in my hand, and it was one where I had taken it away from the kids and I was deciding if I thought it was appropriate, and then we all just forgot about it, so I think I'll just quietly get rid of it and then I don't have that decision to make anymore. This is a much more manageable pile of sticker books for me, and I probably don't need all those tapes, but I'm not ready to give them up. I'm not ready to make that decision, so I'm just going to hold on to them for now. And I found a treasure. There's our wedding photo from almost 30 years ago when we were just babies. All I need to do now is to bag everything up that's going to Goodwill, and I'm ready to clean out that drawer and put everything back in. So I'm going to give it a quick run with my Dyson. I love this Dyson for all of its attachments. It's so helpful for so many different projects around the home. I'm wiping it out with Method Wood Cleaner, and then I'm going to use some liner, and I got this liner at the Dollar General as well, and I'm putting that there on the bottom just to help keep things clean and protected. Now all the liner is in, all I have to do is put my things back in the drawer and I'm completely done. And this is what I love about taking one drawer a day. I mean, if I have a ton of energy, I can take on two if I have extra time, but it's just nice to know that I met my goal and that I'm on the way to having clean and organized drawers. It's all done. Look at that. It feels so good. It's day 2 and I'm tackling the bottom drawer of this office filing cabinet. This is in the room where my husband does his work, and I have a bad habit of throwing everything that needs to be filed in the bottom drawer thinking I'll just take care of it later, and guess what? Later never comes. This isn't the first time you've seen me clean out this bottom drawer, but hopefully it's the last time, because I need to get in the habit of the one-touch method where you touch it once and put it right where it goes. It's so much easier that way. It's faster, even though it doesn't feel faster. It feels faster to throw it in that bottom drawer, but that's not working for me. That's the thing about drawers. It's so easy to shove stuff in there and forget about it because it doesn't show when it's closed, and that's why it's so important to get them decluttered and to keep up with them. Decluttering a drawer is like self-care. It's not because companies come in, because if they came, nobody would see it. When you're cleaning out a drawer, you are completely doing it to give yourself a gift. To give yourself a gift that includes a lack of chaos and also includes being able to find things when you need them instead of running around like a chicken with your head cut off like I was doing at the beginning of this video. So now in the top drawer, what I've kept is any loose papers are categorized, and I tend to use large categories. I don't use a lot of really minute detail to my categories, or it's just too troublesome to try to file stuff away. So I'll have one for taxes, I'll have one for anything concerning the house, I'll have one for anything concerning the car, I'll have one for any of the kids' medical papers, I'll have one for our adoption papers. So I try to do broad categories so that it's a lot easier to put things away. If I have things that are too detailed, then it's never going to work for me. It just becomes a system that's too large. Here's what the cat's doing while I'm working hard, and I gotta say he's doing the same thing while I'm editing right now. Back to business. All that's staying in this drawer now, there's my bill folder where I keep the monthly bills. I have another little journal where I keep all the addresses and account numbers. I have my address book and thank you cards and envelopes. This stuff needs to either be put somewhere else or it's mail that my husband needs to go through. And then this bag is the trash that I took out of that drawer. So again, another project that feels great and did not take very long at all to accomplish. And because I know what project I'm going to take on tomorrow, I'm grabbing a few file folders that I know I'm going to need when I do that job, and I'm just going to put them out on my desk so that it's all ready for me tomorrow. It's day 3, and I'm labeling my folders that I took out yesterday to get ready for today's task. We have a drawer underneath our bed that has different documents and papers. I actually thought there were more legal papers in there than there actually were, so there's not quite as much in there to deal with as I originally thought, which was a great relief. I wish I could bring you in closer for a closer look as I declutter these papers, but because some of them are confidential, I'm keeping the camera at a little bit of a distance, but I'm finding all kinds of random things here. It's just so funny because here's a video camera that we used to use back in the day, and then the kids used to do it just for fun when they were homeschooling, so it's just fun to see that. As I go through the drawers each day, I'm asking myself a group of questions. First, I'm saying, do I need it? Then I'm saying, do I want it if I don't necessarily need it? And if I do want it, do I need it in this space because this is where we most likely will use it, or could it go somewhere else? Does it need to be right handy, or could it be stored? And then if I just want it but don't need it, I have to ask myself, do I actually have room for it? Or do I need to make a tough decision about whether or not we can actually keep this, or if it's something we need to let go of? Then if I'm keeping it, I have to ask myself, does it need its own system? Is it a group of things that I need to have a system for, or is the system working and it just needs to be tweaked? I'm asking myself all these questions. I don't want to just keep things for the sake of keeping them. I want to be purposeful and have intention, because the more things I own, the more I have to upkeep those things, and it's always causing work. I really have to know, is it worth the work to keep it? I've gone through all of these things, and I've decided that there are no papers that are going to stay in this drawer. So the items that were in it, I'm going to keep in it because a lot of them are my husband's, so I'm obviously not going to get rid of his stuff without his permission. And I'm going through, I found a lot of old medical cards and different things that are expired. So those are going in my little trash bag there. And then all the papers I am dividing up in categories, and those will get their own file folder and will go in my filing cabinet that you saw yesterday. It's a hot day, I've worked up a sweat, but here I have my trash bag, I have folders that need to be filed in the filing cabinet, and then the few items that I'm leaving in my husband's bucket to go back under the bed. All that's left to do is to put these things away, and this is a much more manageable drawer. Day 4 has me cleaning the drawer on the bottom of my oven. I'm not expecting to get rid of anything, but there's a lot of dirt and it just needs to be cleaned. So I thought this was a great opportunity to reorganize and just get that all cleaned up. It's easy enough to just get everything cleaned out of this drawer. This is actually supposed to be a warming drawer for the oven, but we use it to store lids. Trust me that this drawer is dirtier than what you can see on camera. I'm getting it vacuumed up with my Dyson with the small attachment. I will leave this Dyson linked in my description box below if you happen to be looking for a cordless vacuum. I did spray it with bleach because I find if I have a dirty mess where it's been sitting there for a while and anything is stuck on, I know that bleach will always take it off. So I'm letting the sides where it's more dirty sit for a minute and let the cleaner do more of the work for me. And here's an example of what the camera could not pick up. It needed to be cleaned. I have this that catches any bacon spatter when you're cooking bacon in a frying pan. Then we use this whenever we're baking pies to keep the edge crust from burning. and then the rest is just the lids from our various pans and frying pans. There it is, all put away. Say I don't usually declutter in July, but I am loving it. Drawers 5 and 6 are in my downstairs bathroom. This drawer on the top is where we keep toothpaste, deodorant, and obviously we got 3 jars of Vaseline there. I like to use Vaseline on my lips. I find that's what works for me. And so I'm just going through everything and making sure that what is in there is what belongs in there, and if there might be anything that can go in the trash. As I find things that just were in the wrong drawer, I'm putting them in the correct drawer, and then of course there's the things that need to be thrown out. And then I found a few things like Q-tips and someone's Burt's Bees lip balm that needs to be put where it belongs, and then this Neosporin that needs to go with the first aid. And then here's my crazy confession. I use tin foil as a liner in these drawers, and I am so not sorry, because you just pull it out, crumple it up, throw it away, and put in a new piece. And I like the way you can mold it to the drawer, and then it kind of goes up on the sides, which you'll see as soon as I have this drawer cleaned out. I like how well the tin foil molds to the drawer and then comes up a little bit on the sides, and it protects it from getting nasty, so that because there's toothpaste and hair products, sometimes things get spilled. I have really liked having the tin foil, although I admit it's a little weird. Here is my day 5 drawer, looking fine, and I got through that so quickly. I'm going right to number 6. So we're doing the hair product drawer. This is where we keep hair gel and combs and brushes, as you can see, and little things that go in the hair, and not toothpaste. Definitely does not go there. So I'm just getting this cleaned out, making sure that everything that's in there belongs in there. It wasn't really dirty, so I just brushed those bobby pins down to the front and put everything back in to be reorganized. If you're here from Michelle's channel, I don't want to forget to welcome you. And if you like what you see, I hope you'll consider subscribing. I deal with all things home management here on my channel. I'm getting rid of that gray comb, and then the rest are the few things that need to be put where they belong. And now day 7. This is the kitchen. And if you don't know, we just got new cabinets. Here I'm going to show you what I've been doing with my drawers. In this top drawer, I have our plastic spoons and forks that we've been using during the remodel. Then I have parchment paper, tin foil, my cutting boards, and the mats that go under the cutting boards to keep them from slipping. I put those to the left of the stove because that's the place where we can use them, and when I have my counters, I'll be just able to pull out those cutting boards and use them right on top of the counter. The 2 drawers under the top are nice and deep, so in this second drawer down, I have everything that I need for baking. Here you can really see my organization style. I like to have big containers that I can throw things in that are similar in category, and that way it's a lot easier for me to maintain. In the very bottom drawer are my mixing bowls and 1 pie plate. Onto the drawer to the right of the oven, I have put my pot holder mitts, and you can see I could use some new ones. My final drawer is to the left of the sink, and that's where I'm putting dish towels, dishcloths, and little things that I need when I'm cleaning dishes. I hope this video encouraged and motivated you to get going decluttering your own drawers. We're halfway through the year, and it's just a great time to get all decluttered again before the school season starts. Thanks so much, Michelle, for inviting me to do this. I'm going to have her channel linked in the description box below, as well as the decluttering playlist that she's put up. It is not too late to join her challenge to be cleaning out your own drawers in 30 days. And if you're over here from Michelle's channel and you've made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much. If you like what you see, I hope you'll consider subscribing. In fact, in the upper right corner right now, you should be seeing my welcome video, which tells you more about my channel so you can decide if it's something that you're interested in. In the left corner are some videos that YouTube has decided you would enjoy based on things that you've already watched. As always, I hope you know that God loves you and I love you too, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.